Microphone.
Hey
This
guys, it is time to get started with Bollocks this evening. It is Thursday. It is an amazing 30. Hold on.
Take two.
It is an amazing Thursday in.
The Bollocks Ford Studio.
Damn right it is. All right, and we got to tell you about the amazing people at Bozard Ford Lincoln in St. Augustine. Their goal is to make sure your time and experience buying a car is stress-free, fun, and enjoyable. Bozard is a family-owned Ford dealership that has been in business since 1949. Bozard Ford Lincoln has been the recipient of numerous dealer awards, including being ranked #1 automotive dealership in the nation by Dealer Rater. Bozard Ford also has won back-to-back President's Awards, which is the highest honor given by Ford Motor Company. Check them out today online at bozardford.com.
Hey, when you're walking down on the bayfront and you're getting a little hungry, eat, drink, and be Irish at Meehan's Irish Pub and Seafood House, right on the waterfront there in downtown St. Augustine. Whether you're craving classic corned beef and cabbage, fresh seafood from their raw bar, or their famous bangers and mash, Meehan's is where locals and visitors feel right at home. Grab a pint in their cozy Irish pub, unwind upstairs at Johnny's Oyster Bar with stunning views of the Matanzas River, or kick back in the backyard with tropical vibes and a Caribbean-inspired menu. Would that be Caribbean?
Caribbean
And Caribbean-inspired menu. You can have it either way. That's how good they are. You can go either way with that. The pints are cold, the food's unforgettable, the welcome is always warm, and it's only at Meehan's. Fabulous place right here in downtown St. Augustine.
All right. When quality matters, trust A.D. Davis Construction. North Florida's expert in high-end homes, commercial builds, renovations, and historic restorations. With over 71 years of experience, their dedicated team delivers craftsmanship you can count on and relationships built on trust. They don't just build buildings, they build confidence. With integrity, performance, and results that keep over 90% of their clients coming back. From concept to completion, choose A.D. Davis Construction, where your vision meets their legacy of excellence. Now we have other sponsors we got to talk about and give them shout outs, and we're talking about the St. Augustine Distillery. Wow, those whiskeys we had.
They were delicious. The rye was really, really nice.
The rye was one of the best whiskeys I've ever tasted. The bourbon is, I compare it to being as competitive as the Saint. Very aromatic and really, really done well. So St. Augustine Distillery, you guys knocked it out of the park with the bourbon, and City Gates, you knocked it out of the park with the rye.
And I think what we both took away from it, because they were both high proof. They were both more than 50% alcohol by volume. They were both 100 proof and 106 proof.
110, yeah.
Yeah. And we were expecting them to be a little hot.
Yeah, we were expecting them to be hot. I mean, normally when you get that kind of proof, you got a little heat with it.
Little bite to it.
Both of them were smooth.
Yep, no bite.
Yeah, I mean, you drank yours neat. I did mine on the rocks.
Yeah.
But it was wonderful. All right. Other wonderful people out there. We have A to Z Roofing and Waterproofing, Anastasia Diner, Moultrie Creek Diner, Mr. Electric, Brightway Insurance, St. Augustine Pirate and Treasure Museum, the St. Anastasia Construction Group, Solar Stick, Abear Kresge and Associates, and Powell Heating and Air. And we thank each and every one of you for being a part of the Bollocks team. We're very fortunate. We live in a town we live in that allows us to do this. I'm only going to be here for half this show, so the show should improve tremendously after the halfway mark, because I have I'm
going to rearrange the furniture when he's not here. He'll never know.
Oh, I'll know. The OCD guy always knows. That's one thing you can't do, the OCD guy. But I have a function at Flagler College, where their college recipients of their scholarships all come together, and we get to meet the people. The Blevins family scholarship goes to special needs teachers or children that are students, not children, they're adults, students that are majoring in special education. So that's what our scholarship does, and it's the one time we actually get to meet the recipient of our scholarship. So it's always a fun time, and I haven't been in a couple years, so I wanted to go this year.
You know, there's days I wonder if we were not separated at birth, because we did the same thing in Long Beach for years. Both of my parents were educated in the Long Beach City School District, and I obviously graduated from that school district. So after I opened my restaurants in town as a way to give back, we created the Audrey and Lenny Remo scholarship to give a graduating high school senior a scholarship if they were going to go into the field of education. Mm-hmm. So something very similar. And
perfect.
we did that for over 10, 12 years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, and we've had this around. I guess the scholarship's been there for about 10 years now.
Yeah.
So
It's a nice way to give back and encourage people to get into the education business.
Even though Blake went to Flagler, he wasn't eligible
Right.
for the scholarship that we provide. So he found all his own. He got the Rotary Scholarship, which was a pretty nice one, and some presidentials, others. Blake, do you know all the scholarships that you got over the 4 years? I mean, you had a laundry list of different scholarships that you got.
I definitely know I got like the main Ease grant. I definitely know I got the presidential scholarship. I know I got the Rotary scholarship. I believe I may have gotten like some other grants, like that might be there for like one semester, but wasn't there for like the other. But yeah. But there was a lot there.
And Blake's mom was on scholarship for basketball. I was on scholarship for baseball. And if you added our scholarships up together, we didn't get anywhere close to what Blake got. So he worked really hard for it. Very proud of him, and proud of these people, these young people that I get to meet.
It's
tonight.
great to encourage them. It really is. You know, it's just a wonderful profession to go into, and it's the humanity of it all is really great.
Yep. So no, and Flagler gave a lot to our family. Mm-hmm. I mean, Blake's actually working in the field he went to school for.
Yeah.
That's rare.
Took me 2 years to get here.
Yeah. Well, but still, you're doing it. You're doing it.
Yeah.
So, but we got a fun show.
Always. And we're not even drinking today.
I don't even know what you were bringing, because I was out there taking care of the rest of the world. One of my nonprofit.
Right. Exactly. Doing another good deed.
Yeah. So
when you leave, Blake and I are going to drum up the gambling scandal in the NBA.
Oh yeah, you guys gave me a brief synopsis of that. So that's pretty wild stuff. All right. Well, what I brought to the table today is Florida or bust. Okay. Or is Florida gonna bust? The population and where we're at now, where we were at one point. What was your other topic that you had, Lenny?
That was it. I've just got seven betting scandals through major sports over the years, which is interesting because I had to add my own CCNY point shaving from 1951, which was one of the first big ones for college basketball. And then the current one, which is embroiling a now on administrative leave NBA coach, a current NBA player, all involved with, in theory, or allegedly, 3 of the 5 major crime families in this little thing of ours, the Cosa Nostra.
Oh, and the thing is, basketball can't take a hit like this.
No.
They're already struggling in the ratings. They just can't take a hit like this. So I mean, it's going to be a tough recovery for basketball if this thing continues down this road.
Well, I have a suggestion for how to make basketball a little bit more exciting. Make them 10-minute games and start them with 3 minutes left on the clock and one timeout. Because that's when it's time to tune into a basketball game.
Yeah, the last 10 minutes.
Which so takes an hour and a half,
last 3 minutes to tell you the truth.
Yeah.
So you want to do Florida or bust first, and then because that'll segue more into where you're at.
Yeah. Plus, you're not going to be here, so you don't want me to do it without you.
Yeah. Good point. All right, so I brought this topic up because we seem to just keep growing and growing, and that seems to be the biggest. What do we got up there, Blake? I can't really read that.
Florida population from 2000 to 2022.
It's a graph.
And I'm even starting a little bit earlier than that. So that's from 2002. Is that what it says?
2000 to 2022.
2000 to 2022.
So we were around 16 million in 2000. Now we're above 22 million.
Yeah, and we're at 23,372,000 or something like that as of today. But the census in 2020, we were at 21,538,187. All right, those are legals. Those are the ones we actually counted.
The ones that count, right?
We actually counted. We have probably another 500,000 or so.
I think most states have a shadow population.
Shadow population. Thank you. Very good term, by the way. All I mean, even I understood that, Mr. Cornell.
Thank you.
All right. But I wanted to start even further back than that.
Okay.
So Florida became a state in 1845.
Correct.
So its very first census was in 1850. You want to take a guess at what that number was in 1850? And Blake, I'm going to let you guess it too.
1850, Florida down here hanging off of the end of the country, 325,000.
87,445.
I always estimate high.
All right. I'm going to jump 50 years.
Okay.
Okay. Jump 50 years.
87,000, you said. Okay.
87,000 in 1850. All right. I'm going to jump 50 years to 1900.
Okay.
All right. 1900, Blake, I'm going to let you guess first and see what you think.
I'm gonna say 105,047 people.
All right.
Well, the railroads were just starting to be developed.
Henry Flagler got here in the 1880s.
Correct.
Okay.
But I don't think he finished the railroads until the early 1900s.
Yeah. Well, he didn't finish the one
one
to
down- yeah,
the one to
that
Key
was-
West until
right.
like 1912, and he
Right.
died in 1913.
Right.
So.
So that was tough. I say it was probably about 200,000.
Big jump. It was 528,542.
Okay.
So 50 years, it went 5 times.
I wonder how the disbursement was across the state at that time.
Yeah. All right. In 20 years jump, it is 968,470.
1920.
So it
okay.
almost took another 20 years to double again. All right. Now from 20 to 30, 1920 to 1930, it went to about 1.5 million.
Okay.
Okay. Still a pretty big jump. From 30 to 40, it wasn't quite as big because of the Depression. It jumped about 300,000 and it went to 1,897,000. So 1.9.
It'd be interesting to put that into context with the population of the country as a whole.
Mm-hmm.
Because we're at what? We're at 330 million, give or take now.
All right. So in 1930, there were 48 states.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we can even start with 1920. 1920, there were 38 states. We were ranked 32nd
Okay.
as far as
In
population goes.
All right.
By 1930, we were ranked 31st. So still 48, 31st. 1940, we jumped all the way to 27,
Okay.
and we were just below the 2 million mark at that point. So it's another 500,000. About every 10 years, we were gaining about 500,000 at this point.
And you're also getting into the part of the world where people now own their own automobiles and had much more mobility. So coming to Florida for vacation and coming to Florida to retire was also now becoming more attractive.
All right, post-World War II.
Yeah.
We went from 1.9 to 2.8. So we gained almost
900,000.
gained a million there. So by 1950, we're now ranked 20th.
Okay.
All right. Still in 50, we still have 48 states. So we're 20. We're on the more populated side at this point. All right. So from 1950 to 1960, the highways have come in. Air conditioning
Big help.
has become popular. All right. We went from 2.8 million to 4.9 million. All right.
Okay.
We went from ranked 27th. Now in 1960, we had 50 states now. We went from ranked 27th down to, we were 20th in 50. We went from 20th to 10th.
Okay.
All right. And then we kept creeping. Let's go to 1990. We were at around 13 million. And 2000, we were at like 16 million. And now we're at 23 million.
Right.
And
the projection is by the state economists that there'll be 25.7 million people by 2034.
Yeah, and I had 26 million by 35.
Okay.
And 27 million by 39.
Okay.
So we had different sources, but it sounds like the
Correct.
numbers are very close.
But there is some conjecture that growth is going to slow in the late 2020s and into the early 2030s because the last of the baby boomers are reaching retirement age. So there's going to be less urge for people to, have to get in the golf cart and come to Florida to retire, a la Seinfeld. But what I found a couple of interesting things is, now, Florida is the fastest growing state now, but it's the first time it's the fastest growing state since it was in 1957, when it was the last time Florida was the fastest
during
growing
50s
state.
to 60s.
Right.
Highways and air conditioning.
Yep. Opened it up, but then it stopped growing as fast as other states. There were other states that started picking it up. I think Texas was one of the ones that people started moving to.
Well,
that was also when states started cutting out their personal income taxes and made it more attractive for people.
So I wanted to see comparisons New York and California.
Okay.
So 1850, remember the number was 87,000 in Florida.
Okay.
All right. We've now passed them. All right. We passed New York.
In 1850?
No. Today,
Now, yes,
today we
yes,
passed
yes.
them in that 175
I
years.
think New York is now the fourth most populous state.
They are the fourth most populated. So in New York, they were number one in 1850. They had 3,097,000. All right. By 1900, they were just over 7 million. All right. Still ranked number one. They were ranked number one until the 1960s. And in 1970, they dropped to number two behind California.
That makes sense.
So in 1970, they were at 18,241,000. From 70 to 80, they dropped almost 800,000 people.
New York.
New York did.
Okay.
All right. They went back up again in 90, went back up again slightly in 2000, creeped up a little bit in 2010, and now they sit at around 20,200,000. All right. California. So California, who became the champion, we didn't really have numbers from them until 1880.
Right.
I don't know why we didn't have. They were a state before then, but we didn't have numbers from them. In 1880, they had 864,000. They were ranked 24th. All right. Go to 1900. They're at 1.4. They're ranked 21st. Now this is when they did kind of a slow creep. And it has, this one has more to do with transportation than I think anything else.
It wasn't easy to get to California until relatively recently, or comparatively recently.
But by 1900 to 1920, they went from 21st to number 8.
Okay.
So that's a pretty big jump.
Sure.
And they were at about 3.4 million, and they were 8th. Their next jump, they came in second in the 1950s. In the 1940s, they were in 5th place. In the 1950s, they became the second most populated state, and in 1970s, they became number 1. And at that point, they had about 19 million. 1980s, they were pretty much the same population as Florida is right now.
Okay.
Still ranked number 1. They're still ranked number 1 today. Do you have any idea what you think the population of California is?
Let's see. We're third at 23 million. I got to call it 25, 26 million people in California.
Blake, do you want to take a guess?
I'm going to say 29 million.
All right. Think about the delegates now and revise where you're at.
Yeah.
Because we have like 27, they have like 51 or something.
Okay, so then we'll get Florida up to, or California up to about 40 million.
Yep, that's a great guess. It's actually 39.5.
Okay.
So, California, you can say what you want, but people are still moving there.
Yeah.
By percentage, Florida looks like it's blown away, but the raw numbers, California is still outgrowing. If people are like, oh, people are leaving California. A lot of people are transplanting.
Some people are,
but there's still more people going there than they're actually coming to Florida.
That's because everybody wants to be a movie star.
That's
Where else do you go to California?
I just started my movie star dreams late.
Yeah. Well,
So I just, but I found that very interesting. If you look at the raw numbers,
right.
If you only talk about percentage, you talk about how Florida is growing tremendously percentage-wise. That's correct. But California is so huge, it's still outgrowing
Right.
Florida and Texas.
California is what? Is it the 5th or 6th largest economy in the world?
Yeah.
I mean, it's United States, China, and like California.
I think it's actually fourth. Yeah. I think it's actually fourth.
Yeah.
So I think Germany might have California.
So
Yeah.
So that's pretty impressive. What I did find an interesting statistic as we were looking through this stuff to talk about this, what I found really interesting, and I don't know, and I don't think that this trend is necessarily going to hold for the next couple of years. Well, unless you're a white South African or you've got $100,000 or $5 million. It was a preponderance of international arrivals into the state of Florida. Of the 467,000 people that came to Florida between 2023 and 2024, 411,000 of them were international relocators, and only 56,000 of them were domestic relocators. So I find that very, very interesting. The question is, are they coming here to live? Or are they applying for citizenship? It's a tremulous time. Yeah. So of those 400,000 people,
but if you're coming internationally,
are they going to try to become citizens, and are they going to take the time to do it? Did they come with visas? Are they overstaying their visas? How's this growth happening with those many people in a? Because they would qualify as immigrants.
Well, let me ask this question.
Okay.
Because you were going on, because before I lose it.
Well, yeah, right. I know that feeling. Go, baby.
Before I lose it, you have enough money to move internationally into the United States. Climate-wise and opportunity-wise, there's only 3 choices, in my opinion.
Okay.
Florida, Texas, and California.
Okay.
If I have that kind of revenue that I can move here legally, got to spend about $500,000 to become a citizen.
Right.
Okay. So that means you're basically getting able to handpick where you're gonna reside.
Yeah.
A lot of us were born into where we reside, and a lot of people die within 100 miles of where they were born.
Yeah.
And
go get an adventure. Right.
I'm possibly going to be one of those people.
Oh well.
Because this is the furthest north I've ever lived.
Wow.
So put that one in your pipe. So it's.
But do you know? Maybe Blake can find this. What are the criteria for coming to the United States? Because a lot of people, freaking out. I'm leaving America. I'm never gonna. I got to go to another country. And if you explore that, there's criteria. You need to have capital. You can't just go to move to Italy if you don't have X amount of money in the bank. You can't move to Portugal unless you have X amount of money in the bank. There are criteria to become an expat in another country. You're not necessarily asking for citizenship. You're just asking to live there, and there's criteria that you must meet before you can go and get residency in that country.
Yes.
All right, Lenny. Would you like some answers here?
Sure.
So you must fall into specific categories, like as an example, if you have an immediate family member in that's already a U.S. citizen, then you have a possibility to get a green card. So a family preference immigrant or an employee with a qualifying job offer. You must be physically present in the U.S. when you file the application and meet the physical present requirements for the specific category. You must be inadmissible to the U.S. You must not be inadmissible to the U.S. based on factors like criminal activity, health issues, security concerns, or other grounds specified in the Immigration and Nationality Act. And you must demonstrate good moral character, and you must have been inspected and admitted or paroled into the U.S.
With an MBA?
Yeah. Yeah.
I find that interesting in the fact that you must be here while you're doing that process, yet they're chasing a bunch of people that are in the application process out of the country to go back to their native country to wait there before they get requested to come back and get vetted. So it's a little confusing. But those are people who probably don't have the wherewithal to do it.
Yep.
So I think that's a little, look over here, don't look over there kind of situation.
It's definitely a look at the birdie situation.
Yeah.
So, all right. I saw Utah pop up. Oh, okay. It didn't start till 1900. Right. I wanted to see what Utah looked like in the 1850s, but it didn't.
Just to say Utah?
Yeah. It didn't.
I think that's even
it wasn't a state then, so they probably didn't have numbers, and it didn't become a state until they agreed to get rid of polygamy.
Right.
So that didn't happen, and I think that ended up happening in the 1880s under probably Harrison.
Yeah, I don't think the Mormons got there until, was it the 1850s when they started showing up in Utah, but when they got chased out of Missouri and Illinois?
But
Boy,
however,
they got beaten up.
Okay, here we go.
But-
1850, I did find one, 11,380, and it went away. Come on, work
Boy,
with me.
it'd be tough to find a neighbor to borrow a cup of sugar from.
Yeah. So give it to me here.
And man, that's a beautiful state, Utah.
it is
Between the Canyonlands and
and now
the
it's
forests.
Now it's around 3 million.
It really is.
And that still
It's-
seems
it-
kind of
it's-
low.
Yeah, it really is super beautiful out there in Utah. But we'll say though, for one defense of polygamy, it did give us Steve Young.
Yeah. Well.
Okay.
Brigham Young was his great grandfather.
No, we know that.
So yeah. So one of Brigham's
Right.
wives.
Many betrothed.
Yeah. I mean, didn't he have like 40 something?
56.
How many?
56.
Yeah. That's creepy. That's creepy. Because a lot of them weren't of age.
Well,
Let's not talk
there's
about
an old
Which was
joke.
common of that time
Right,
period.
right.
But yeah. So and people got married a lot younger, even
Yes,
50 years ago
yes.
compared to now. So all right. So that was my Florida or bust.
You'll have to wait. Just keep carrying
Okay.
on.
All right. I didn't know if I needed to.
I know, and this is not to be read out loud.
Yeah.
This
Yeah.
is for you.
Yeah. Okay.
All right,
So
all right, but fortunately that it is 5:26, so I'm not sure if you want to make a graceful exit now. I'm giving you this opportunity while you have it.
well, and I am, as he is. Yeah. Yeah.
Say it.
Yes.
Nope.
Yeah.
Nope.
Exactly. I'm with you.
That's an old joke.
Yeah.
Not a good one, but
Yeah,
an old
no.
joke.
I got it.
Don't erase
I
it,
got
Lenny.
it.
I wanna
And
see
as
it.
a dyslexic guy, I had to read it
Yeah.
and then translate it in my head.
Okay.
So just so you know how a dyslexic brain works, you read it, you think about it, and go, okay, if that made sense, I think I got it.
Yeah.
And if it didn't make sense, you have to read it again until you actually.
Fortunately, you didn't because it's
Yeah.
gone. It's one
Yeah.
of those disappearing texts.
no, that's
How
the way it
magic
should.
is that?
That's the way it should be.
Certainly.
So, yep. So that's Florida. I'm gonna let you guys talk about
Yeah.
basketball. You're gonna, Blake. Are you coming into the studio?
No, he said he was
Or are
going
you
to stay
staying in there?
I'll
All
be
right.
staying in here.
All right. So I'm going to make that exit as Blake. You can start talking about the basketball situation because that way it's going to be the camera off of me, and then you can go straight back to Lenny,
Indeed.
and they won't see. No one has to look at that I'm not wearing pants.
All right. But
But I know.
Did-
I know you're not wearing pants.
All right. So
Have a good time tonight, and thank you for doing this. It's a good thing that the Blevins Family Scholarship is doing.
Thank you, thank you, Dad. All right.
see you, buddy.
All right, Lenny.
Hey, Blake, how are we?
I'm doing fantastic over here today. So do you want to play a game of poker?
Sure, but not on those tables.
Jeez.
What Blake is referring to, ladies and gentlemen, is there was a major arrest for gambling that involved a current, who is now on administrative leave, NBA coach, Chauncey Billups, and a current NBA player, Terry Rozier, were both arrested for two different aspects of illegal gambling. One, Terry Rozier was giving out insider information to sports bettors before it was released to the public so they can get their bets in before the information became public. And Chauncey Billups was arrested in concert with members of 3 of the 5 New York crime families. I think it was the Bonanno, Gambino, and
Lucchese? No.
yeah, the Genovese. Yeah, that was it. Those three.
Genovese.
Those 3 families, for a very interesting and high-tech scam at poker games, private poker games. And the lure was high betting poker players, big cash money games. People enjoyed playing with NBA celebrities and professional athletes. So these athletes were the lure to get these deep-pocketed players to the poker table. But they didn't know that the games were rigged. In a myriad of ways. The cards were marked. There were the automatic shuffling machines. If you've been to Vegas or some card rooms, the dealers don't shuffle the cards any longer. There's mechanical machines that will shuffle the cards through for them. Well, there was some technology in this that was able to read the cards and rearrange the cards so that they were able to know where the cards were going to be dealt out. And then the fascinating one was there were the poker tables that had X-ray components to that could read the cards, even if they were face down on the table, they could read the cards there. And then there was a way to electronically pass this information to other people at the table so they know what was going on. And I guess to somebody who may have been supervising it who was not even in the game. FBI sat on this. 32 people, I believe, were arrested, including Terry Rozier and Chauncey Billups. And both of those current NBA professionals are now on administrative leave while this thing gets working its way through the court.
Yeah, this is just why. Like you've already made millions of dollars.
Correct.
Why? Like because last year we heard, like, I understand what happened with the scandal that happened last year with Jonte Porter. He was a two-way player with the Toronto Raptors.
Yeah.
But which, I mean, two-way player, which means he didn't have like a full like NBA contract. He had a contract where he can only play NBA games when the Raptors are on when the Raptors were at home. But however, he couldn't play most of the games, and he actually played most of his games with the Raptors G League team. So he was only making like $2 million. So
a mere $2 million.
Yes. So
Poor man missed his next meal, didn't he?
But unfortunately, he definitely is getting some questionable meals at in what federal prison he's currently in right now. But it's just insane to think like what has happened since like sports betting become like so popularized now, because now like every single commercial break, it's either a DraftKings commercial, it's either a FanDuel commercial, it's a Hard Rock Bet commercial, it's an ESPN Bet commercial. When are we going to stop? That's just insane.
Well, then they've got those silly little warnings on that, like on the pharmaceutical commercials. May cause flatulence, may cause death. If you're allergic to it, don't take it. How the hell do you know you're allergic to it if you haven't taken it? It's the same thing. There's always a 1-800 number. If you think you're a gambling addict or if you have a problem with gambling, please call this number. But it's being pushed everywhere. You can't watch a baseball game or a football game now. And what's worse is the networks are putting the odds on their crawl on the bottom of the screen.
Yeah, absolutely.
So it's very, they're encouraging gambling at every opportunity. And then there's going to be a backlash when people start losing their houses, which happens with bad gamblers. Mm-hmm. There's going to be, gambling, it's addictive. And there's going to be a huge problem in the country because the worst part is it's starting at a much younger age because realistically, this is all you need to gamble nowadays. You can bet anywhere you want on your phone.
Yeah, absolutely.
At any point in time.
Absolutely.
And, I'm not finding age restriction necessarily. I would hope and presume there probably is. But I've got nephews. Now, fortunately, they're both college graduates, so they're over 21. But they'll bet.
Yeah.
And so will a lot of other people. But I'm sure you've got high school kids that are doing this.
Yeah, so because like right now, like the big thing that you can do, like because like other ways for you to like do sports betting without having going through like the legitimate like sports books, like you have like your daily fantasy stuff from like DraftKings and FanDuel. You also have like your Prize Picks. You have your Underdog Fantasy. But you also have like social currency stuff like the call sheet or Polymarket betting markets.
Right.
And plus you also have like other like apps like Fliff, which makes up their own coins that you can pay with like $5 for like 1,000 Fliff coins for whatever the heck they're called. And
That's a little sketchy.
It can do gambling like that, which is just why.
Well, now it's also and the what are they the whatever that word with the P is, the probability markets.
Yeah.
You can gamble on anything nowadays.
Absolutely.
I'm sure there's wagers out there now on who the next presidential candidates are going to be for 2028. Right up with congressional races, and there's politics stuff. There's also Academy Awards. It's ever. You can bet on anything nowadays.
I mean, who's to say if someone has quote inside knowledge about, let's say, what's going to be in Jerome Powell's next press conference? Well, they can manipulate the market to say to say like, he's going to increase interest rates, but then it turns out during the to make everyone buy like, he's going to raise more interest rates. That's a report out of the Federal Reserve. Right. Then also during the press conference, I'm going to lower interest rates. Then that guy who manipulated the market also put a bet on that Jerome Powell's going to lower interest rates and make a shit ton of money.
Sure. Well, full disclosure, I do bet on sports. Though once the NFL season stops, I won't start again until into the baseball season because I don't believe in betting basketball or hockey because I'm very unfamiliar with those two sports, professionally speaking. But I will probably get some bets in on the March Madness NCAA tournament because that's always fun and easier to do.
And you know what the most interesting thing is? The day after, I believe the day before that this news dropped, it was officially announced that NCAA. It's a lot of the NCAA athletes and anyone in the staff of an athletic department can bet on professional sports.
They can. They're allowed to.
They're allowed to, again.
Which is, again, you hear all these people that were, professional athletes that get arrested or exposed for gambling during a season while they're playing as a professional athlete, and every one of them is, if I bet on our team, I only bet on our team to win. I never bet against us. And I didn't rig anything. Yeah. All right. But there's an interesting situation where the NBA, that kid you were talking about, Jonte Porter. Yeah. Banned for life.
Oh, yeah.
He's out. Done. The NFL, Major League Baseball, Pete Rose.
Yeah.
Banned for life.
Well, until his death.
Well, right. Well, that was banned for life. He died before he got reinstated, and he got reinstated months after he passed away. It was like 6 months or 8 months after he passed away. He died in September of 24, and he got reinstated in May of 25. So that was a lifetime penalty for poor Pete Rose. Interestingly enough, if you bet and get caught or busted for gambling in the NFL, you get a 1-year suspension.
Yeah.
And then you can come back and play.
I believe it's only gambling for stuff on field like on like a team property or during other team's property, and I believe you can't bet on NFL games. Well, I believe that's different.
Nope, I don't know because Art Schlichter, first round draft pick of the Colts in 1982, and a quarterback with some great potential. He was the number 4 pick in the first round in '82 by the Indianapolis Colts. Was suspended in 1983. For the entire season for admitting on betting on football games. He was reinstated in 1984. He proceeded to go 0-5 in his first 5 starts and never played football after 1985. So that kind of crushed his career, but that had nothing to do with the NFL. They were letting him play. Calvin Ridley used to work for the Jaguars a couple years ago. Now he plays for Tennessee. He was playing for Atlanta at the time and was suspended for the entire 2022 season. The NFL found out he bet in games in 2021, and then he got reinstated in 23, and he just said, I made a stupid mistake. And he's playing football today. So it's interesting how the different leagues have different penalties for gambling within that sport franchise.
Yeah. So we'll definitely see how the NBA handles it. They already made a statement that both Billups and Rozier are already on administrative leave. We'll see how they respond. The last big sports scandal that involved betting scandal I remember with the NBA was Tim Donaghy, the crooked referee.
Sure. 2007 bet on games that he reffed in from 2003 to 2007 and spent a whole 15 months in prison.
Yeah.
According to him, he claimed he never fixed a game; he just bet on them.
But however, to probably get him out off of a lighter sentence, to help him get a lighter sentence, he did mention one series in particular that he thought that the NBA did put the thumb on the scale for, which was the Western Conference Finals in 2002, I believe. Because I believe that was Sacramento Kings versus the LA Lakers. I believe the Jets. I believe the New Jersey Nets has already won the Eastern Conference, so they and of course New Jersey is not really in New York. It's really a small market team, so NBA really wanted allegedly the Lakers, the most star-studded team, to make sure that they're in the finals, even though the Kings are probably the most talented team. So. Donaghy alleges that there was some fishy refereeing in the last few games of the Western Conference Finals that year.
Right, and he wasn't even betting because if that was 2002, he didn't start betting until 2003 on games that he reffed. Maybe he was betting at that point in time, but not on the games that he was reffing.
Yeah.
So
And actually heard that he was like doing like so well, like picking like correct games that he was doing that I believe like his original card was like $2,000 a game, then increased to like $5,000 a game because he was doing so well for the gamblers.
yeah, well,
It was insane.
but this goes back. This is nothing new. I mean, I brought it up to your father before he left, and I mentioned it to you. Point shaving goes back to the basketball powerhouse at the time, CCNY, City College of New York. In 1951, there were 32 arrests that embroiled players from 7 different colleges, and it was a point shaving scandal. The players would, control the points and the spread of the game by how well they played or how they didn't play, and a lot of them got bribed to do it by gamblers. It's like the same thing. The Chicago Black Sox were doing this at the behest of gamblers who were trying to, profit on the inside information or controlling the game or having players not perform to the best of their ability. One side note, Barbara Jean, if you get up to 2 cocktails a game that you're betting, we'll have an intervention. But at 1, you're fine. Do not worry.
Yeah. And we'll say, I will say, definitely say the most interesting thing, the one thing that probably people should look out for is not really the Terry Rozier thing. I do believe that's going to be like I do believe that investigation is going to say like he definitely manipulated the game. That's an individual case there. I think the big thing that NBA is worried about is going to be the Chauncey Billups poker scheme, because it turns out if you actually read the Department of Justice complaint in this, it actually alleges that Chauncey Billups told like one of the defendants that Damian Lillard was going to sit.
Right.
So he directly told someone another one of the defendants that got arrested that he was going to be manipulating the game to lose to get the under for the bettors.
Yeah, and that's what Terry Rozier did at one game. He knew that LeBron James was a little gimpy, and he passed information before it became public because it's when you get the information.
Yes,
because nowadays with every fan site and every reporter, there's constant stream and scrolls of injury reports, who's starting, you just look at an NFL feed, and it'll tell you, who's dinged up, who's playing, who's not playing, who's hurt but will probably play. Same thing, but in the NBA, it's not as commonplace. And there was one game in particular where LeBron James, I guess when he was on the Cavs, was gimpy a little bit and decided that he wasn't playing in the game, or they decided not to play him that day. And before that became public information, Terry Rozier passed that on to his contacts.
All right, Lenny, I'm actually gonna have to stop you right there because that was not Terry Rozier that leaked out the information. That was another person that was connected to the NBA. It was a former assistant coach, Damon Jones.
Okay.
I believe. Okay. So he used to be a Cavaliers teammate from the early 2000s. He was on the first Cleveland Finals team in 2007 against the Spurs, and he was also the former assistant coach for the Cavaliers from 2016 to 2018 when they did win the championship against the Warriors in 2016.
So it was he who told his gambling contacts that
Correct.
LeBron wasn't playing that day.
Correct.
And all 30 of his bets won, apparently.
No, that was Terry Rozier's bets. That Damon Jones had nothing to do with the Terry Rozier bets. But he did tell bettors about the LeBron injury and that he was going to be sitting before the Lakers announced their injury report.
Yeah.
But yeah, so it's definitely going to be interesting to see what's going to happen because we already knew there was we already
basketball is fixed.
No, not that.
All right, just checking.
It's not pro wrestling just yet, but we definitely knew that there was something going on because what happened with John Tapor, what happened maybe because we already knew about the investigation with Terry Rozier in the past, and right. Technically the NBA cleared him so that he was able to So he was able to suit up for yesterday's game for the Heat against the Magic.
Right.
And actually, he was arrested at the team hotel. So I wonder what other teammates thought about it, got woken up at the time.
There you go.
Or if he had any roommates.
If he had a roommate, exactly. Yeah, it was, and Terry Rozier's in trouble because I guess he admitted to the fact that he pulled himself out of a game. He had people make bets on a game that he was playing in, and then he pulled himself out of the game, saying his foot hurt, and that was the game that I conflated with the other story.
Yes.
Because that was the one where those bets, there were 30 bets that were won
Yes.
when he sat out of the game after halftime.
Correct.
So
Yes. So
he was directly, influencing the outcome
yes.
of a game.
Yes, 100%.
So
It was, but still, this currently ongoing investigation. The current right now, Billups, Jones, and Rozier are innocent until proven guilty, unless determined by a jury at the time. So we'll see how everything goes there. Interesting players to look out for. I think another one, the NBA players that was investigated was Malik Beasley. He's a Detroit Piston, a 3-pointer and defense guy. Mainly, I believe he was going to get like a major extension during this off season. But of course there was some allegations about him as well that the NBA is still currently ongoing, but also is also looking for if the federal government's going to respond to this as well.
Well, I think the government was as interested in the poker playing mobsters as they were with the NBA players.
Yes.
Because there were two concurrent investigations. One was the sports betting and game rigging in the NBA, and the other was the rigging of these poker games by the alleged mob. Mm-hmm. So
yeah. Yeah, and plus another person that also had like his own poker table at the time that got investigated and that actually got arrested and investigated, but is actually out right now is Gilbert Arenas.
Okay.
He used to be like a really good player for the Washington Wizards in like the early and mid 2000s, but so he actually got I believe he's out right now. I believe the investigation on him is still ongoing, but of course the joke on social media rumors is that Gilbert snitched on Billups to get him out.
Hey, no honor among thieves.
Yeah, true.
But I don't know if Arenas was doing the thing that fascinated me is the poker situation that involved organized crime was really, really high tech. I mean, they had these tables wired 6 ways to Sunday between reading your cards, fixing the shuffle, marking the cards. There was nothing honest in that game at all, and people would come in with big pockets of money and walk home empty because they were just abused by this technology.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but it definitely is like scary to know like just basically make sure if you want to play poker, find the best spot that you can go. I know like Vegas has like expensive minimums, but at least they're reputable. Like but at least they're like verified by like a state commission. And then, or go to like a tribal commission verified casino. Don't go to like a back alley gas station to play poker.
Right.
But
you don't know who you're playing with. You don't know what's going on, and you also don't want to walk out in the dark after you won a big game.
No, you don't want to do that. So. Yeah, but I know it's not poker speak, Lenny, though. But I do got to ask you though. So in blackjack, if the dealer has a 16, what do you do?
It depends on what my cards are.
Let's say a 10.
If I've got a 10?
Yeah.
I mean, my hand is 10?
Yeah, you see it, yeah. So.
Then I'm taking a hit.
All right.
Because you can't get hurt.
All right.
You can't bust. If you've got 10, you can't bust. You can only improve your hand.
What if it's a 2?
If I have a 12?
No. All right. What if you have 16 and the dealer has a 10?
And the dealer has a 10?
Yeah.
I'm taking a card.
All right. Okay.
I mean, the likelihood of the dealer improving his hand as opposed to you improving your hand, I would say the dealer has a better opportunity to improve his hand than I do with a 16. But by that same token, I would rather, have my... I'm not a passive blackjack player. I'm not as aggressive as I can be at times, but I would rather control my own destiny and bust on my own than sit there, wimpily going, oh, I have a 16 and he's got a 10. I'm not going to take a card because he'll bust.
Yeah.
The likelihood of that is not as strong as you would think. So, because even if, let's say the dealer's got a 10 showing, he's got to have 2 cards. So, if he's got a 10 showing, I could already be a loser with my 16 when he flips another 10 or an 8 or a 7 for that matter. If I don't do anything. But if the dealer flips a 2, he's got a 12. He's got to take another card. So if he gets the 10 there, all of a sudden my 16 wins. So if I call on a 16, maybe I'll get a 5 and hit 21, and I'll be, the worst that could happen is I push. Which is equally as frustrating when you work yourself into a position where you've just made a really good hand, and the dealer pushes. So it's tough.
And sorry, and it looks like we got reports from Brian Windhorst of ESPN, which says allegedly NBA knew about the legal gambling scheme, and they knew that
The poker scheme.
both schemes about Billups and Rozier, and then
Really?
try to sweep it under the rug, because apparently the sports books already knew like that day that there was something off going on with how they're betting on Terry Rozier.
Yeah.
So they knew he faked his injury, so they knew about something going on that day. So and I believe they did interview him. And I believe he might have said something. So they were just trying to sweep under the rug because they don't want the feds investigating them. And which big question now is the president of the United States going to be going after these sports leagues if like more and more of these players come out as taking part in these like criminal rings?
I'm going to just leave that alone because, our law and order president breaks the law more than anybody. So what's he going to do? Plus, I also don't think he's a big sports fan. I mean, and one of the things that I do appreciate about the president is the fact that he takes the opportunity as president to go to any major sporting event he wants to, and that's great. He's done a Super Bowl. He's done the Daytona 500 a couple of times.
Yeah, twice.
I don't know if he's going to get to a World Series game in L.A., but why not? Well, because it's in California, and he doesn't like California. California doesn't like him. And I don't think he's going to Toronto for a game.
No.
But he takes advantages of all this stuff, and I think that's wonderful because he's out there. He's literally waving the flag.
Yeah.
He's showing up. More times than not, he gets a very positive reception, certainly at NASCAR. And I think that's great that he's doing this, There's no reason not to. I mean, that's one of the perks of being president.
Definitely.
You get in, you get a seat, you get to watch the game. I'd love to see him try to throw out a first pitch. That would be pretty interesting.
That ain't going to happen.
No, because I don't know if he'd reach the plate.
No. Did he?
Actually, you know what? He'd be smart. He should show up with a wedge and a golf ball, and pitch it into the catcher's mitt.
True. But
That'd actually be pretty cool.
yeah, that would be interesting to see. Yeah, but so we'll see what happens.
Hey, Bobby.
But I mainly brought that up because during like the conversation on First Take on ESPN, Stephen A. Smith brought up the fact that like, hey, Trump might be investigating like leagues that might have like treated him like unfavorably, like if they're like teams in the past that didn't go to the White House, or if like WNBA teams like constantly didn't go to the White House when he was president.
He's got a long enough list of people that he's out for retribution.
Yeah.
Why add sports leagues to it?
Who knows? And then plus also like the whole Bad Bunny thing, like so like immediately saying like the administration saying ICE is going to be there anyway, like that just.
Well, Homeland Security will be there anyway. It's one of the busiest days of Homeland Security.
Oh, yeah.
The Super Bowl is by
100%.
far a target for other state actors and homegrown domestic and international terrorism, and they button it up every year. So they do a great job when they're doing that. But, the NFL just doubled down, and Goodell said in no uncertain terms, Bad Bunny's doing the Super Bowl. Please accept that because we're not changing it. Now, is it possible that he'll change it? I don't know. But that was just today or yesterday. He came out and said, now we're going through with this, don't worry about it. And by the way, there will be surprises and other people may be joining him. So I don't know if he's leaving a back door there to bring in some English-speaking people as opposed to a Spanish-speaking show. I don't know, and I'm pretty sure that Bad Bunny will probably do at least one song in English, I'd like to think, but we don't know.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see how it goes.
But the NFL is sticking with Bad Bunny.
Mm-hmm.
So
All right, Lenny. So we got 6 minutes left. Would you like to do a little bit of trivia here?
sure.
All right.
They better be easier questions than last night, because I got to tell you, the first half of last night was not a normal first half. There were some tough questions there.
All right. All right. So, have you ever heard of the website called Sporkle before?
Sporkle,
Yes.
as in like Oracle with a spork?
Yes.
No, I have not.
All right. So they're like an online quiz website where we can take like different styles of quizzes. Like they focus on like sports, politics, geography, TV, movies. Like if you can think of like a
Category?
a quiz you want to do, they probably have it out there.
Okay.
And so I saw this quiz today. Here, let me go and zoom out the website real quick, which is anyone but Donald Trump. So the thing is, you have to so there's 6 categories here,
Okay.
and then all the answers are U.S. presidents. So what you and I have to do is try to fill in all the answers in each of the 6 categories,
Okay.
and all of them were former U.S. presidents.
And we can't use Donald Trump.
We cannot use Donald Trump.
Okay. Fair enough.
So 6 categories are: was born in New York, has been married multiple times,
Okay.
have a T surname, were over 65 when they entered office, lost the popular vote, and are alive.
Okay.
So Lenny, are
Pick one and we'll start.
you ready? Are you ready to start the quiz?
Sure.
All right, here we go. We got 4 minutes on the clock. Lenny, what's your first answer? What do you want to
Let's
go?
pick a category.
Let's go.
I can't read them from
Let's
here.
go with lost the popular vote.
Lost the popular vote. And I can't use Trump. Okay. Who became president?
Yes, I believe so.
All right. We just went through this the other day. I know Trump in his first election lost the popular vote to Clinton, but got the Electoral College. I don't know. We were just talking about that. I have no idea.
All right, Bush. Let's say so.
Which one?
W. Bush. So lost the popular vote was George W. Bush, and also W. Bush is still alive. So let's see. Let's go.
So we filling him in too, is what you're saying.
Yeah. So let's go.
Well, the only presidents that are still alive are Biden, Clinton, Obama, and Bush.
Yep.
I believe. I don't think there's anybody else kicking around.
All right. Who was over 65 when they entered office?
When they went it all, Reagan,
Okay.
Biden.
Yep. We already got Biden in for that one.
Okay.
I think he was. All right. Let's see. How old was Truman? Because no, that's a T surname. So Truman is on there.
Yeah, right. Because there's not as many T surnames as you would think. Well, there was Tyler and Taft. There's a bunch of T surnames actually.
Tyler Taft. So we got 3 out of the 4 for T surnames, and John Tyler was one of the answers for has been married multiple times.
Okay.
All right. So who was another? Was H.W. Bush? No, but no. I didn't see H.W. Bush flash up for any of these, so I don't think he's one of the answers on here.
Okay.
How old was Carter when he got into presidency?
I don't think he was. What was it? Over 69?
65.
He might have been close.
Nope. So Carter's not one of the answers for any of the categories.
Okay.
Washington, he was young. All right, let's see. We got
Martha had been previously married. I don't know that George was.
All right, we got under 2 minutes left. So was born in New York.
Was born in New York.
Was Adams born?
Roosevelt and Roosevelt, both Franklin and Teddy.
Yep. All right.
Not Grant. Who
Right.
else?
All right, let's see what else we got. Let me go and check the comments. See if anyone wants to answer on as well. Let's see what we got. So let's see. Try and go back in history. Think about great presidents. And let's see. Let's double check. Nixon. No, he was not been married multiple times.
No.
No. Let's see. So before Reagan, was Gerald Ford married multiple times?
No, but Reagan was.
Yeah. So that was already one of the answers. Let's see. Ford, not one of them. Who was before? All right. Johnson was Lyndon B. Johnson over 65?
Yeah, I'm going with yes.
No.
I'm going with no. I can only read that. It would help me.
All right. So John Quincy Adams did lose the popular vote as well. We got 45.
Right, we talked about that one yesterday. There you go.
All right. We got 45 seconds left. What we have? Who's in that T surname that we've Garfield?
We got another. Garfield's not a T. We need another T president, or we got all the T presidents?
We need one more T president left.
Taft, Tyler, Truman. Let's start at the beginning. Nobody recent. So
Benjamin William Henry. So we got 3 out of 4. William Henry Harrison was another one of the old ones.
Okay, yeah.
All right, so we need one more between. We got
Wilson might have been an old one too.
Wilson. Yeah, so he was married multiple times, but it looks like we are out of time. So it was Zachary Taylor that we were missing for T surnames.
We got Tyler and not Taylor. How did that happen?
So we got born in New York was Martin Van Buren, Miller Fillmore. Miller Fillmore was also married multiple times. We missed Zachary Taylor. We missed Rutherford B. Hayes.
Wasn't Andrew Jackson married a couple of times?
I don't think so. No. So dang it, like so we did all right. We got 78% on the quiz. So
well, your dad probably would have gotten all the popular vote question one because we just did that the other day because he's big on that John Quincy Adams question.
I believe so as well. So but Lenny, we finally did reach the end though. So.
And it's the weekend for us, Blake, or at least for me. You got to wake up early tomorrow morning, but you got tomorrow afternoon off.
Thank you for reminding me, Lenny. So once again, everyone, thank you guys so much for watching.
Thanks for watching us.
We really do appreciate it. Lenny, any plugs for?
Have a safe weekend. You got Tedeschi Trucks at the Amp on Friday and Saturday. We're going Friday. It's going to be a great rockin' good show and one of the best venues in the country.
All right.
I will stake my concert going reputation on that without hesitation. Otherwise, yeah, get into the Halloween season, so start planning your pumpkin carving now. And we will see you back here at Bollocks on Monday.
All right, thank you guys. See you guys around next week. This is Bollocks. This is Bollocks this evening.